Welcome back to MindShareTV. I'm your host, Robert Martellacci, founder and CEO of Mindshare Learning and co-chair of the 15th Canadian EdTech Summit, October 31st to November 2nd at the University of Toronto. We're excited to have Ariella Racco, who is the co-founder of CoLab. She's an ambassador for us on the summit. With us today, Ariella was a standout in last year's Dragon's Den Challenge at the Canadian EdTech Summit. CoLab is back as a supporter, and with 15 days to go until the big event, we have a lot to talk about. Welcome, Ariella.
Thank you, Robert. I'm really thrilled to be here.
Awesome. Let's dive into a few questions to kick off the conversation. And really, today it's about you to kick it off and the vision behind CoLab and what inspired what you created. You're a proud McGill alumni from the education faculty. I'm on the board of that coincidentally, and always enjoy Montreal. We hosted our summit there just 2 years ago.
Yeah, I'm so excited to share the vision behind CoLab. So we are making a collaborative community platform for teachers. And the funny thing is that I didn't really intend to create a software tool. I'm actually a middle school teacher from Toronto, and I was finding that with each new year and new subject that I taught, I was spending a lot of time and a lot of energy creating resources from scratch. I was trying to find people who I could learn from, and I was using pretty inefficient strategies to meet with my colleagues and bring innovative learning to our students. And I went looking for a solution just for myself. And to my surprise, I couldn't find anything out there that really addressed the silos that exist in education and that empowered teachers to work together. So CoLab is tackling a huge problem that we don't really like to talk about too much, which is teacher burnout. And we really want to bring equitable access to professional development and teaching and learning resources to teachers everywhere.
Fascinating. And what's the response been like so far? You kicked it off. You talked about last year in Ottawa when you pitched that it had a positive impact, despite not winning first prize. You came in top 3, but it had quite an impact on your business.
Absolutely. Like since last year's Dragon's Den, we've really flown. So last year was the first time that I pitched CoLab in front of an audience. And at that time, it was really just an idea that I was validating through many, many interviews with teachers and administrators at the time. I was just collecting feedback. And the more people that I talked to, the more I realized that people within education are desperately in need of a solution, and that they were willing to work with me and my team to grow and evolve our platform further. So I'm really, really proud of all of our progress that we've made. And we've officially launched our MVP this month, which is a huge milestone for us.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I really want to shout out our wonderful CTO, Kevin Birch, our technical team, as well as a lot of the teacher champions, advisors, and mentors that we've worked with to design, iterate, test, and then now deploy our tool. Many of those people we've actually met at the EdTech Summit a year ago who have been there with us from the beginning. So it's a really full circle moment to be here and to come back for another year. And I'm just very grateful for all the people and connections and partners that we've made. So thank you, Robert, for that.
Pleasure. And talk to me about the importance of partnerships and what I admire about your pedigree. And I meet many EdTech startup founders and co-founders is that you actually have a pedagogical background. That's really quite powerful and tells me that you've done your homework.
Always. As a teacher, I will always be in that mindset of a lifelong learner and working together in partnership with the community. So it's just a natural part of who I am and what I love most. And I think it's really important to always depend on people within your space and not assume that you know things about the problems that you're trying to solve or the people that you're trying to work with. I think the more you're receptive and open to feedback, the more likely you're going to be able to actually solve problems in a way that works for other people. So that's the ethos that I've been trying to have this whole time in building a collaboration platform.
And the notion of partnerships. And I'm just flashing my screen here and to your partners. And oh, there we are. That's so cool. So talk to me about the importance of partnerships and in solving those problems and listening to the customer. And what advice do you offer other ed tech startups, if you will? Because there's a proliferation of startups, the Gen Y, Z graduates. I think of Prodigy Learning, the two engineers that started, graduate from Waterloo, wanted to enhance and gamify math to make it more engaging.
Mhm.
There's a huge passion around our leaders of tomorrow, like yourself, and today, to make an impact. Uh,
Absolutely. I think that as far as like the importance of partnerships, I mean, there you can see on the screen some of the partners that we've gained over the years, and that's just a snapshot. That doesn't even include a lot of the individuals as either mentors or advisors that we've had. And as far as in the ed tech space, we have depended a lot on our entrepreneurial partners, so people who can help us grow our business, to understand how to make it sustainable, how to make your revenue make sense, how to find the right partners, how to find product market fit, all of that technical stuff that goes into building a business. We've depended on Y Space and McGill Dobson Center, the League of
cool.
Innovators to do that. But also beyond that, we really care about creating partnerships with people who are in education right now, who are on the ground doing education work, which includes yourself, the Mindshare team, as well as all the people who will be at the summit, who are, whether they're creating a tech tool for teachers or they're researching how AI is impacting students and learning. All of these individuals are people that we want to listen to and work with, because we're all working in the same space to solve pretty similar problems. And it's really important that you depend on others and put yourself out there. I think as an ed tech entrepreneur, if you're looking to jump into the space, go to the events in person, reach out to people and make those introductions, and be willing to put yourself out there, and share what you're working on and get feedback, because through that process, surely you're going to meet wonderful, inspiring people. You're going to get more motivated to keep working on your mission, and you'll make sure that what you're working on actually aligns with what you want to do. The biggest problem that people have when developing a product or building software is getting way too excited about what they want to build without really focusing on the problem and how it's affecting people. So
Well said.
being self-centered.
And what's the feedback been like from educators?
It's been really positive. So we have hundreds of teachers using our platform, mainly across Canada, but we have some in the US, some from around the world. And people are really taking to our platform. They think it's easy to use, they think it's clear, and they're excited to be able to gain resources from other teachers, to iterate resources with other teachers, to join discussions. And one of the most exciting things that we're excited to showcase at this year's summit is that we are building a collaborator matching tool for educators, which is very exciting because it means that for the first time ever, teachers can find mentors, supporters, and experts that are tailored to their specific needs for their own professional growth. And at the summit, we want to showcase this and get feedback from all of you. So we can't wait to show that, and learn from all the experts there what they think.
I think that's just so on point and really laser focused. And I'm happy to help out and offer what expertise I have as well. So
Please do.
I saw that this morning on your LinkedIn. So kudos to you for that. And finally, with the summit around the corner, what are you most looking forward to? What do you hope attendees
So
take away
many
from this?
things.
And as an ambassador for us, we're grateful for you to be part of this, because it really does take, I like to say, a village and a digital village as well, hybrid, to really support and nurture the systems to change.
Mhm.
Incidentally, Project Tomorrow has a congressional meeting in Washington, and that there's a webinar through EdWeb, one of our sponsors, that's going to highlight some of the outcomes of their research. And shockingly, only 30% of students have access to digital tools in high school.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the most frequently used tools are for doing online tests currently.
Wow.
And
I'm not
it's
surprised. I'm not
right.
surprised. And it's just such a mismatch, because then if you look at the rest of the landscape in our world, everything is rooted in technology. And obviously now the summit, we're focusing on being in an AI empowered world and what that means. And I really think that bringing people together in this summit space to talk about these things, and also what I'm most excited for is having teachers' voices in the space. So I know that on Saturday, November 2nd, there's a whole day dedicated towards showcasing and training and getting teachers used to using new and innovative technologies in their classroom. Because I think if teachers feel like they can understand and use these tools and they get the benefits from it, then they can bring that to their students and make technology just a regular part of teaching and learning. And I think that starts with teachers being comfortable and familiar. So that's one of the most exciting things for me. I know that there's amazing partners there, like Let's Talk Science and Canva and Logix Academy coming in. And I think those will be really practical sessions. But I also just look forward to seeing familiar faces and meeting new people in this space. I love just sitting back and listening to some of the work that people have done, and just kind of letting it motivate you in your own work, in your own areas. I really hope that it draws out another big crowd again this year of people to take in all of the hard work that your Mindshare team has been working on. I think it'll be fantastic. So really looking forward to it.
Well, thank you so much for all that you do and your amazing support as an ambassador to the summit. Ariella, kudos to you for the impact you're making. I'm so impressed with your leadership skills that I've experienced over the past year, and the listening skills that you talk about are so vitally important. I've enjoyed listening to you. I've learned something from you, and take away. You're welcome to come to our workspace as a participant in the Dragon's Den. You and finishing top 3, you are welcome to come here anytime as our guests at the Mindshare workspace in the great city of Mississauga. It's Canada's first actually shopping mall, work and learning co-working space.
Well, I'll be sure to be there.
Yeah.
I now work not in a school surrounded by people. I work mainly at home and in different workspaces.
Yeah.
I think it's really nice to get out there and meet with other people and build those in-person connections. So I'll be
exactly. It's about community building and inspiration that you garner from being in a cool environment. Like we are going to be in a brand new facility in the Ibrahim Innovation Center. Sam Ibrahim is the donor to the building. He's actually going to be there. He's an entrepreneur from Scarborough, and it's a brand new facility. We have the architects that are coming to share the design thinking. I was actually interviewed as a lead up to them submitting to the competition that they won from the Netherlands. So it's a global award-winning architectural firm called Zebra, and Claudio Mucca, who is from Italy but works in Netherlands, is going to be speaking at the conference around design thinking, because we take a holistic approach to the whole implementation of technology. Learning technology involves creating the right environment to enable the tools to work effectively in a flexible learning environment like we have here at the Mindshare workspace. So anyone who's on listening today are welcome to drop by and join us anytime. As you, Ariella, final thoughts to share.
I just want to say thank you so much, Robert, to you, your entire team, and to everybody who will be in attendance at this conference. I think in the summit, it's without people coming and bringing their passions, their energy, their work, and their time. I don't think it would be quite the same event. So I'm so looking forward to it in just a few weeks. And thank you. I so appreciate this, and I'm so proud to be an ambassador for the EdTech Summit. If it wasn't for the year ago pitch that I gave, I don't think I'd be in the position that I am in today. as an individual, as an educator, and also as an entrepreneur. So I'm so appreciative, and I really look forward to the event. So,
well, thank you again, Ariella, for joining us today, for your kind words. I'm sure our listeners are eager to hear more about CoLab at the summit. We appreciate you sharing your insights and look forward to seeing all the CoLab brings to this year's event. And thank you again, Ariella. To our listeners, don't forget to mark your calendars. Only 15 days to go until the Canadian EdTech Summit. Stay tuned, and we'll look forward to seeing you there. And until next time, stay healthy, stay safe, and keep the learning curve steep.
thank you, Robert.